Alright, so hello world, welcome back to another uh, Flask socket IO tutorial. So we're gonna keep building onto our Discord clone here. So I do make a few changes. So let me talk about what are we going to do today. So what are we going to do is we're going to finish. We're going to work on our register, login, logout route, which I already implemented because we already learned how to do that in bit.ly clone, which you can check out in the GitHub repository and the tutorial itself. So I implement that route, but the most important thing I'm going to implement the roam is the roam route. So recall that roam, we are going to implement two kinds of roam today. It's public roam and unlisted roam. So let's go ahead and get started. But before that, I just want to show a demo of how it looks like. So if I get it to here, recall that it's obviously in the console here. So we're gonna open up our console. So you can see now it is real-time chatting. So if I do a split screen here, if it wants me to. So if I want to do a split screen, and then if I say hi, now I can see send immediately here. And if I say how are you, and now you can see it also automatically sends here. But since I'm having a console, I cannot touch it, but that's basically how it works. So what we'll work on now is I want to show how to register work. So I changed a little bit register. You can see you have to have your email, username, password, plus confirmation. We're gonna use our username. So what we'll say is, let me just fill out. Alright, register successfully. And now, if I go here, so now what you can do is you can log in both using your user. Okay, wait, just a sec. I saw it's supposed to work. Did I type it wrong? Okay, wait. Okay. Wrong password. Okay. I'm gonna fix this issue really quick. I don't know why I got that issue. Okay, let's see. There, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, so it's 3 now. Okay, yeah, to just fill index stuff. We're gonna fix it. Sword hash. Yep. Rest of stuff should be okay. And then if you try to log in again, which I hope it works now. So if I go to using dev. Alright, so you can see redirect to the home page, which means you log in successfully. I can log out. And then I can also use my email account to log in. And it's also logged me in. Okay. So now what we will do is implement the create roam. So let me double check my notes here, which I have. So first is, let's go ahead and execute the following SQL commands. We'll say create table rooms, say room ID, varchar, say text, name is varchar 100, description is text, status is actually can be another varchar. Not sure what varchar should it be. Let's see, public. Let's just give it 20. Job is should work. Alright. So now create room now. Okay. So now what we'll do is, as you can see, we'll create a new table. That has a room ID. Notice that we're missing a thing, looks like missing the primary key. But don't worry about it. The reason we didn't have primary key is because we have this room ID. It's what will automatically generate. We don't want to use like the number because it's gonna be so easy, because the how to access the room is actually by the room ID. So we want to make room ID a little bit complicated. And then what we can say is, now let's go ahead and implement the create room route. So I can say app.route / create room. And then we'll say define create a room. And then we'll say, oh, sorry about that if you heard a noise. So I will take in two methods, get and post. And then we'll say if request.method equals post. We're gonna have hash for now. Otherwise, say return render template create room.html. And let's go ahead and close these. Alright, let's go ahead and implement our create room. So I'm not going to use Bootstrap just to make things easy. Actually, you know what? I should probably, so I will go ahead and copy this and then paste it here. I don't think I need it right now. So we'll say this is go to create room as is post. Okay, so what we'll say now is we'll take in the name. Room name. So in here I will say h1 create room, and then we also need description of the room. Description. Just make sure they're all text here. Description. And then we will go and say go create a select field. So this is like excuse me, single select. So select what kind of room it is, the status of the room. So we can say div class equals former group, and then here I will say label for, let's just say status, and then this is gonna be choose the publicity of the room. I don't even know is that a word. I think it is a word. So basically, public room, it's just like YouTube video. If you know how YouTube video works, you can choose 3 status. Getting the publicly displayed, which I usually do, where so like user can search. We'll also implement the search at the end, and then user can also choose unlisted, which means it won't display, but with the given URL they still can access it, and then private, so private one. And then once it's created, we're just gonna say it cannot be modified, and then we're gonna say select class with form control, ID is status, name is also status, if I can spell it correctly, and then we will say option. Add a few options here, only 3. So we will implement private in next video. Let me see. Okay, so option value. Public. So we'll say public. Option value unlisted. Unlisted. Option value private. And then private. Alright, so now if we go ahead and try this out, so we can call this clear rule. Okay, broke the connection for some reason. And do we have to move it up to that place or somewhere? Alright. I'll just bring it down here. Let's go ahead and refresh. And we'll also use the @login required thing. So you have to be a logged in user to create that. So we'll say now helper.py, and I still need to look that up. For some reason, it's keep redirecting to Bing now, even though I use Chrome, which I hate the most. Okay, not you. I just want the official. Oh my god, seriously? I hate this. I hate Bing so much. It's not like Google, it brings me like the correct thing immediately. I think I will search. Yeah, search manually to work. Okay, yeah. See, I have view decorator here. What the hell? Okay, here. Alright. Sorry for that. I should really remember this. Let's go to helpers. Post it here. We don't need G. We do need the session. If session.get user ID that we'll keep track of every time. We'll say this. Return fworks, kworks. Yep, looks good. Looks good. Looks good. And then over here, we're gonna say from helpers. For helper import start. Should name it helpers, but so we'll go ahead and say here login required. Alright. Okay, got a pet cache there. Try refresh. Just not refresh this page. Refresh this page. Alright. Let me try log out first. Then try to go to create Rome. Make sure it doesn't work. Okay, well. Okay, well. I'm gonna fix that error. Why I always have these minor errors? Not. Let's try to refresh. Okay, well. When that happens, let's try again. Okay. Okay, there we go. Yeah. I don't know why there's a struggle there, but should keep this video short. Seems I cannot keep it short anyway. Alright. So now if you go ahead log in. And then if you go to create Rome. Alright, so now we can choose Rome name. Alright, so now what we'll go ahead do is we will go ahead and implement when the form submitted. So how do you process the form? So we'll say here, your helpers, you're also gonna generate a create a new function. So we'll go ahead import random here. Basically, it's just gonna generate define random start. Generate random start. I in range of digit. Digit, and then we're gonna say string says random dot choice import string. String dot ASCII lowercase ASCII letters, I think, plus string dot digits, and we'll go with string plus equals to, and then return string. Hope it does have ASCII letters. Oh shoot, just gonna call this answer. Answer here. Okay. So now it should work. Alright. And now what we'll go ahead and do is we'll use a while loop. So what's gonna happen in this while loop is gonna check since we're not using primary key, we cannot make sure that the automatically generated ID is already existing in the database, so we need to manually check that. So you're gonna say while true, Rome ID equals random stir, basically generate a new string, and then we're gonna say Rome's equal to c.execute. Select star from Rome, where did I name it Rome's or Rome's? Okay, it's Rome's. Select star from Rome's. where room ID is RID, and then RID equals room ID dot fetch all. And I'm gonna check, do we have response? If we do select a row, that means it does exist. So we say if length if length of rows is not equal to 0, it is equal to 0. Equals to 0. Then I'm gonna go ahead and insert this row. So see that execute, insert into insert into rows where values. Let's go ahead and specify all the parameter we need. Room ID, name, description, status. Values, RID, name, desk, status, RID, room ID, name is request, so name will be provided by user, request.form.get, description, also going to get that, and status is request.form.get status, and then let's say con.commit, and then break. So break out of this while loop. Okay, so let me just explain again what's happening in this while loop. So you're gonna generate an ID first, and then we're gonna check is this ID already existing in our database. If it's not existing in our database, then we're just gonna append this and then break out of the loop. Otherwise, we're gonna keep going. Okay, so that's basically about it. And we're gonna actually return redirect them to the actual room. So we're gonna have a new URL called /room. Excuse me. Whoops. / we're gonna say room ID. Alright. So now what we will say is we're going to implement the room ID. So we're gonna revise our index.html now. So we're gonna revise our index page. So instead of index, you're just gonna say /room/ gonna take in a string. That's going to call room ID, yeah. Alright. So we'll do this. But before we do that, what we will say is we will just run this file and think how we create a room. And let's go and refresh this page. There we go. Alright, let's go and create a room. I'm just going to say example room. This is a room where everyone can chat. And then public. Alright, room ID. Alright, so what's going to happen here is I forgot to f string this. Probably, yep. Like an f string is actually a real room ID. Alright, so now what we'll need to do is we'll go ahead and finish the implementation of the index route so it does work. Just double check, does it actually work? Yeah, it looks good. Alright, status public. Alright, so now what we'll do is we'll go ahead and create, we'll go ahead and check if the room ID exists. So we'll say room equal to c.execute, select star from rooms, where room ID equals RID. RID is just short for room ID. And now we say RID is room ID. And now we will say it will check, if the length of the room is 0. If it is 0, then we will go ahead and say return room not found. That means the room doesn't exist. Or then we'll go ahead and say if room bracket 0 bracket 0, 1, 2, 3. We check the status. If it is private, now what we'll go ahead and say, we'll go ahead leave it blank for now. Just return private. So we will think about how can we handle private for the next video. Finish implementation of private room, and then now because it's just return or template message.html. So now what we will also do is we'll also create a message table where we can store all the messages. So we'll go ahead and say create table message ID. It's fine. This can be integer, primary key, auto increment, and then we're gonna say we need to have author, which is varchar 100. Then we need to have message, which is a text. Then we need to have room, which is also a text. Then I need to have a timestamp, which is a varchar 50. And then you don't want to do 100 for now. And then if we create a table, create a room. Whoops, forgot to change to messages. Run that again. Done. Check the structure. Now get the messages to store all the message. So we'll display all the messages first. And then what we will say now is we're gonna say c.execute. So messages equal to c.execute, select star from messages, where room ID equals RID, and then here I'm just gonna say RID is indeed room ID. Room ID, right? Room, well, guess sure, just call it room then. Now I got that set up. Our timestamp. Now what we need to do is actually save the messages. Right, we need to actually implement the save message. But just in case we forgot, actually let's go ahead and pass it into here. So messages, and then your message.html, what we'll do first is we will say for message, in message for, I'm gonna say for ambient messages, and for here, and then just gonna display in a simple unordered list for now. So I would say here, And then what I would say now, line item and bracket. So we would say also, which is 1. And then what does it actually says? What does it actually says is we'll say M2 is the content itself. Alright, great. So now we got the history message set up. We also can say timestamp, but that's the most basic stuff. Now let's go ahead and implement our save messages, which is going to happen in this socket IO sort of event or function. So now we're gonna say save messages, but since we don't know which channel it is, we have absolutely no clue. Now let's go ahead and change some JavaScript file. So I don't need this anymore. And now what I will say is I will get the location. Since remember the roam ID is actually within the URL. So in here I can say var roam ID equals doc equals to location dot path name dot split this location dot path name dot split dot length minus 1. Probably not the most efficient way to do this, but I use a one-liner. So what basically happening is this going to get a change it array based on this /, and then we'll get the last element, which is supposedly our room ID. And then let's just pass this room ID with this room ID. And now in our socket, what we can say now is we can get the room ID using data bracket room ID. And now what we can say is let's go and get the timestamp. So this is going to be in a helper function here. Helper, where are you? Here. Okay, so now what I would say is the timestamp. And then I'm going to say date time. So I'm going to import a module called from datetime import datetime. And then I will say datetime object equals to datetime.now okay, just a sec. Okay. It's really hard because I'm using a phone that is like super slow. Okay. Datetime.now. Alright, so this is gonna get the datetime object. And now we're going to convert to a string in format like this. So timestamp equals to datetime object dot start from time percent small b, not ampersand, percent b dash percent d dash percent capitalized y. In the parenthesis, we'll say hour, percent hour, and percent h. Alright, I mean minutes. And now that's gonna get out in the string format. And now we'll go ahead and return this timestamp. So I can say now, in here, what I could say is get the timestamp first. So ts equals to timestamp, And now I will execute the following SQL command. C.execute insert into messages message author roam timestamp values M-A-R-T. Marked. This is like extreme aberration. And then what I will say now is I'm probably going to implement implement the search for public roam, but I guess I will implement in next video. So I would say con.comment, and now I'm gonna emit this as well. So let's go ahead and try this out. Let's wait for the debugger to show up. Since I said debug is true, trying with stats, good. So now let's go get the room. Alright, this is the room ID. And now we have that. So we're gonna say this. Since this is a public room or unlisted room, anonymous. I forgot the fetch again. Line 20. How go ahead do? So here say dot fetch. Okay. Refresh. Alright. Thing doesn't. Okay. Did it work? No. Okay, so now I guess I have to Control C. Refresh. Give a sec. Alright. Okay, come on. Run the server. What? Okay. Now it should work. Message. So in here, let's go ahead. I'll fix the JavaScript file really quick. So in the on message, show message. So let's go ahead and call this ID. Messages. And then what I will say is RLI equals document.create elements li I dot text node equals to data dot message and just say li dot document dot get element id messages dot append child, append the li to this. So basically this is gonna append the new messages. And now based on my experience we need to refresh our message.js. It looks good. Let's go say hi. Didn't show up. Probably get an error somewhere. Okay, no errors. Okay, let's see. What the freak is this? Fail with programming error with that. Wait, did I not do this part? Okay. Well, okay. Yeah, I forgot to do the marked. Looks like. Yeah, I don't even know why I didn't supplement this. So M is data bracket message. Alright, we also need to get the user. So if session.get user ID, then user equals to c.execute select username from users where user ID equals ID, d equals to session user ID, otherwise user equals to anonymous. Sorry if I spelled this correctly. You know what, I'm just gonna say unknown. It's gonna be much more easier. Alright, so A is for author, R is for Rome, and T is for timestamp. Okay. Should I refresh again? I refuse to connect. Great. Do you got an error? It looks like. Okay. And warning. No, we don't. Alright. Python 3 app.py. Let's hope this time will work. Finger crossed. Why does this give me so much warning? Okay. Yeah, it should start prompt me some weird message. Alright, now if I just say send message, so hopefully this time will work. Nope, it doesn't work. Alright. Unsupported. Somewhere around here. For now, I'm just gonna close the logout. I don't know how long I've been record this. It's taking much longer than I expected. It takes me much longer than I expected, but I will figure out this error. And okay. Say hi. Send message. Console. User message. Yeah, it does work. What's the Rome ID? Yeah. Looks good. Rome ID, right? Wait, are you telling me A is one supported? Okay. I forgot the dot. Fetch all bracket 0. And then now if you try again. Okay, now I refuse the connection again for some stupid reason. Alright, let's hope this time will work. Mart. Such a great name. Right. Give a sec. Reload everything. Okay, let's now go and send the message. Hi. Yay, now I got the message. Now I can say, hello world. Alright, now let me open up another client here. Yay, now it has showed the history. Now I can say, who are you? And then you can see I also get it. So probably can do a live chat now. So now we create a simple Rome. I don't know how long it takes us. I don't count time. I do count time, but well, I don't really specifically remember. I actually want to implement some other features, so like the search, but we will do in the next video for the public room. And now if I say me, and now if I refresh, yeah, because it's the same user anyway. So if I go ahead log out first, then go ahead and go to this route, and then I'm probably gonna say hi. If I refresh now, because it's unknown. Okay, welcome. Alright, so that's about it for this video. If you like it, please smash the like button and click that subscribe button as well as that notification bell. If you enjoyed it, feel free to comment below. If you have any questions, please do comment below. I really appreciate all the comments I got. And thanks for watching. See you next time.